So while I'm waiting for my bedtime tea to draw, because it's 10 minutes to my bedtime, and I'm not going to change because I don't want to. Why should I change? Because other people want me to change. So here's the thing. Let me do something. So if I wasn't told to shut up yesterday, let me show you what I was going to do. Where is it? Because I got this close. I thought, no, I'm sick of this. You people cost me money with your scamming. I've already said this for years. It's like, can I go back to my job, please? Like, this is why I kept saying to Star Casino, you haven't spoken to me directly since I was mugged after work November 30th, 2007. All the decisions I didn't make. And I've kept saying this continuously. I didn't make these decisions. None of these decisions were made by me. I kept saying continuously, can I get my job back? And I was told, sorry, this is what exactly I was told. It's right there, return to work, part salary payment for 10 years, with a return to work, so I could get my job back in 2017. Now, when I tried to do that, there was all these organisations that got involved saying that I had trauma, mental health issues because I was mugged. It's like, no, I don't. I was mugged by ice addicts after work, that's true. On my way home, well, that's what Detective Chopper told me. But I wasn't the only person, so why would I have issues? There was a few people mugged in Devonshire Street. They cut across. They saw me. They mugged me. It's no big deal. But the people that want to make it a big deal, the people that make money from making it into something that's not. I've been saying this for years. Me being mugged was no big deal. The only health issues I ever had was in 2010 when I seroconverted with meningitis because I had immune deficiency issues. Being mugged after work never affected me. And as for me not accepting drug users, and, that's where a lot of people which are drug users or have drug and alcohol issues have twisted this because they're like, oh, it's because of this. It's like, I've never been someone that accepts people that use drugs or alcohol because I've never been a drug or alcohol user. I'm practically Islam. Like, seriously, you want to go that far? I'm not. I'm Roman Catholic. But I've never been someone that drinks alcohol and I've never been a drug user. And the people that keep making up these stories are drug users. It's like, so why do I have to accept you? I don't have to accept you. And this is where this judge yesterday was like, with me, it's like, oh, are you a drug user? I really wanted to say to her, it's like, what have you got? You're a bit offensive because you're a drug user or something. Because that's the problem. These people, they want it their way. It's the left. The left want it their way. Oh, they want their legalized cannabis. It's like, no, sorry, it's not going to happen. You're not having it your way. This whole left bullshit is disgusting. I'm just, because I'm a gay man, I don't support anything to do with the left. There is very little stuff to do with woke left, anything that I would support. I'm a gay man and people instantly think that I would support. It's like, no, I'm homosexual. Just because I'm homosexual doesn't mean I support one narrative way of thinking. It's the same with heterosexuals. All heterosexuals are not, Republican, type behaviour. What do you want to call it? They're not conservative. I mean, there's heterosexuals on the left. So just because I'm gay doesn't mean I'm going to support the left. I don't. Not at all. Anything. I mean, all their policies I look at, I'm like, there is nothing I support here. Nothing at all. So here's the thing. Those people that keep saying, you've got mental health issues because you don't accept people that use drugs. They're people that use drugs that are saying this. It's like, no, you're pushing your narrative and agenda. You want me to accept you. Well, I'm sorry, but in your fucked up world, that might seem okay to you. And the problem is these people work in departments like the legal system and so forth with these attitudes. It's like, in your fucked up unicorn world, you think that's okay. You think it's okay to say, oh, you've got mental health issues because you don't accept people with drug and alcohol. It's like, well, I don't believe anyone should be accepting people that have drug and alcohol issues. I'm sorry, and I don't have to agree with you. I'm an individual. That's the whole thing of having freedom, which you are so keen on taking away people's freedom in Australia. We don't have freedom here. Australia's a scary country. America has freedom. We don't have freedom. I love when I'm in America and they go, but you have freedom. I'm like, no, we don't. We don't have freedom of speech. We don't have freedom of assembly. We don't have freedom of choosing, religion. We don't have freedom here. Because if I'm turning around and saying, well, I don't accept people with drug and alcohol issues, I'm the person that gets told I have to change. Well, why do I have to change? It's my freedom, but my right to not accept these people. I don't have to. In your fucked up world, you think that's okay to talk to me like that. In my less up fucked up world, I'm sorry. It's like these idiots that want to believe that there's all these genders. It's like, I'm sorry, no, there isn't. There's two genders, you're male or you're female. In your fucked up world, you can believe there's thousands of genders. It's an infinitive number, which is what scientists are now saying. These leftist scientists. It's like, right, in your fucked up world, in your unicorn world, go right ahead, where your unicorns exist. But in my less fucked up world, there's two genders. So this magistrate, this fucking lesbian bitch. Oh, and she goes, you've got, I believe you, because you got mental health issues surrounding because you were mugged. I'm like, there was no issues. Sleep disc in my back, discs in my neck, left eye damage. All my issues were physical health. That's it. You want to milk a system, which is Australia is good at milking a system. Government's throwing money at this. Let's get into it. The government throws too much money at things. And it's always the left. It's always the Labor Party's wasting money. I would never vote Labor. I've never voted Labor. I've always voted Liberal. Always. Don't care who's in. I mean, I always liked John Howard, but I've always voted Liberal. I would never, you couldn't pay me enough money to vote Labor. I would never, ever vote Labor because they just throw money and waste it. And next minute you've got these people jumping and going, oh, well, the government's giving money for mental health. Oh, we can start a mental health organisation up. And all we have to do is get X amount of people on our books and we get all this money. But where do you think that money comes from? So I had my life destroyed. So I'm there trying to go back to my job and these people wouldn't let me. I was basically stopped earning an employment in my chosen field that I worked in. So in my career path, I was completely stopped. They wanted me to do what they wanted me to do. It's like, that's communist. I'm sorry, this is meant to be freedom. So they wanted to impose their sanctions, so communist behavior, onto me saying, no, you're not doing this job, you're going to do this job. So I'm sorry, no, that's my career. I'm going back to my career path. Thank you very much. You don't get a right, like your fucked up world, which is like this magistrate I spoke to yesterday. It's like, you're fucked up. She's fucked in the head. She shouldn't be a magistrate. This lady should not be a magistrate. She looks like a leftist, lesbian, BO, stinking. She probably walks around with a fucking dog collar on. She's got a shaved head with this fucking purple shit in it. She looks like the deadbeat loser friend of Giovanni Consalvo's Paula. That's what she looks like. A fucking, just a deadbeat fucking loser. Yeah, basically. They shouldn't be allowed because you're bringing your opinions into something that you're not allowed to bring your opinions to. You don't get a right to tell me that I can't have my job back at Star Casino. That's, then it makes this unfair dismissal. I was mugged after work. It was simple. Mugged after work, recover, get your job back. Otherwise, it's unfair dismissal. You don't get it both ways. That's the thing. You don't get it both ways, but you want it both ways because you're the left. I won't ever support the left. You will never find anything in me that even remotely resembles these leftists, dog collar wearing, bleached fucking purple hair, leftist BO stinking losers, stretching earlobes, putting a fucking ring in your nose, bullshit. Men looking like they're women looking like they're walking around with two massive big brass balls between their fucking legs like this lady. No, sorry, I'm a homosexual man, but that's it. My sexuality doesn't define me. That's it. I just because I'm a homosexual doesn't mean I think it's great that people are skipping up and down Oxford Street. No, I don't. And that's my whole point. The same the same where I'm sure there is heterosexual couples out there that really can't stand what other heterosexual couples do. It's not hating something. It's just saying, well, we all have our own individuality and beliefs and so forth, and you don't get to dictate because this is not a dictatorship. You're not Stalin. Like this magistrate yesterday thought she was Stalin. Oh God, yeah, really? You're not Stalin. This is not a dictatorship. This is not communist. We definitely can't stand I don't support socialist. Don't support socialism at all because and America doesn't want it. I love America because it's a capitalist country that doesn't have Medicare. Seriously, because it doesn't need Medicare. This is ridiculous. So more people can waste money? Well, that's the thing. And it's not people that need it because Medicare doesn't go to people that need it. It goes to the doctors. Goes to the organisation, goes to pop-up groups, goes to social workers. So who's making the money from Medicare? The person that's injured? No. The person that's... Are they getting exactly what they need? You know? No. They're getting kept into a system because it's continuous money back. That's the thing. It's not... You go to a doctor in America, it's like, oh, I've got this issue. Let's fix it straight away so it stops causing you money. In Australia, it's no, let's keep you on the books. It's a revolving door because we've got Medicare. So we can come back and make more money from this. Return business. It's like fixing your car, but we're not going to quite fix it. So you keep taking it back to the mechanic. This is Australia. So I don't support anything in Australia. And I would never ever want to see anything in Australia in America. Except soccer. The only thing I want to see in America is, proper football, soccer. I would never ever move to America and want to see anything that resembles Australia at all, because that's not why I would move to America. I can't stand Australia. I hate it with a passion. The crap, these socialist, communist shit. Anyway, I was going to say what I was going to do of the Commonwealth shit. Oh Christ! Yes, I agree with. Completely disagree with it. And I agree with how America is as a country. And it's not this doom and gloom, oh, people can't find... the problem is people watch movies that are trumped up to make money. For example, this bullshit story about a guy lost his fingers and he couldn't get... This is true. So this is that guy that... What's his name? Moore? This guy that causes all the trouble. He's a producer. What he did was not real. But Australians are dumb. No, Australians are fucking dumb. Bogan idiots. So this Moore guy, like when he goes, this guy lost all his fingers and he couldn't get them stitched on, and this whole sob story, and he goes, I'm getting married, I just want this one stitched on, that's all I can afford. Let me tell you right now, he wasn't turned away. If you have a sickness or illness and you don't have insurance, it is a criminal offence for you to be turned away. If you can't pay your medical bill, you can't be forced to pay it. This is what is made up in Australia, that they've forced people to believe, and it's an agenda that's getting pushed because they want this system, and it's like, but you don't need this system. Your system works fine. If I go and have sex and I pick up a STI or whatever and have chlamydia or gonorrhea, I go into a clinic and it's still free. The medication's free, the injections are free. You know what? Okay, you get cancer and other things and so forth, but you've got insurance, because you think about the money that our taxes are going to for Medicare. That can be in our pocket and you pay your insurance for what you need. But still, it is illegal for a hospital or medical practitioners to turn somebody away with an illness or injury. It's illegal. I don't have insurance. So I go to the hospital. So I break my leg. I go to the hospital. You have insurance? No. They have to treat it. Still got to treat it. It's got to fix my broken leg. It's a criminal offence for the doctor to not fix my broken leg. And here's the other thing. I'm moving to America and because some health issues with me, everyone's like, he won't be able to afford. How is he going to get on? How's he going to... It's like, but I did get on. I went to a chiropractor in America. My back was put back in. Everything was fine. The only time I couldn't get on was everything was shut down during COVID because nothing was open. Literally, you couldn't go anywhere for all those years. When things were shut down. Well, that was just Connecticut. I went to New York. It was fine. Seriously, I went to New York and got a sexual health check done for free. Got my bloods done for free. In Connecticut, I had to pay, but New York was free. So it depends where you live. I had full blood tests done, swipes done, everything done, checked out. I'm in New York. I was down in 9th Avenue, Chelsea. It's perfect. Like, this is just all imaginary, made-up stuff, the way Australia watches TV. The Australians are idiots. Like the most dumbest dog shit people I've ever met. They think that it's this massive, big, expensive country. It's like, no, it's not. If you get set up, you got a job, you're someone to live, you're fine. It's not a big deal. I find Australia to be harder to get along than America. And that's anywhere in Australia. Like, other people want to beg the difference, like, fine. I don't care. I know my experience. The only thing I couldn't stand in America was Australia in America. Seriously, I couldn't stand being harassed by fucking dickheads that seemed to be from Australia. I had some, I'm walking around. I mean, when I was in New York, some fucking dickhead from, hang on, where was it? Rockley or Bathurst. I kept running into him. I was like, oh, God. And I'll tell you why I was like that. Because my cousin Shane Charles is this deadbeat cannabis smoking ute driving loser who's from Bathurst. lived there for a long time in Rockley. And in the last 9 years, he was one of those people that I've had people coming up to when they were wrongly identifying me, saying I was a blonde haired guy. That used to, oh, but no, it used to be him. He loved animals. He loved, he used to collect animals and wildlife and drive a ute and go hunting. No, that's my mum's sister's son. Like, it was one of those sort of things that I was like, this is so fucking boring. I'm so sick of repeating myself. Basically, it's like, yeah, you don't know me because you just described my cousin Shane Childs on my mum's side. And you don't know me because you just described my stepbrother Daniel Ruckley. This is a complete bullshit. It's been going on for years. And this is where I'm like, fuck my family. I'm there saying for 9 years, I'm getting idiots that obviously they've done background checks on wrong people. And apparently I was some ute driving guy that went to rodeos with my girlfriend and went hunting, collected, reptiles and snakes, and was a real sort of like farming, wildlife naturist that went camping, like lighter hair colour. I was described as, used to go hunting with my uncle and all this bullshit from Bathurst. And I'm like, that's my mum's nephew, Shane Childs. Like, massive fucking drug using idiot. He's a loser. All the stuff that he used to get up to when we were growing up. Like, he was just deadbeat. He was always in trouble. And the other one was mum's stepson, Daniel Rackley. And I was like, so by the time, like 9 years later, it's like, I'm bored with this. Like, I want to make it an immigration thing. So anyway, and then when this magistrate's there going, oh, you're going to have to, you've got mental health issues to do with being mugged. I'm like, no, I don't. Never did. Stand there saying, no, I don't. Never ever did. But you've cost me money for years by stopping me having my job back. I'm there going, can I have my job back? No, because you've got to deal with the mental health issues. You were mugged. I'm saying again, I don't have mental health issues. My back's killing me. I've got chronic migraines, damage to my left eye. The only issues are what I'm telling you, so stop making up these issues. You're making up issues because you're getting paid for it. There's no issues that you keep making up. Oh, it went on for years. So I want to go like this. Hang on. Let me show you a fucking deadbeat lesbian. Oh, they fucking left. So here we go. Magistrate can get an opinion. I was like, yeah, because I was like, no, you got the right. Oh, then that's right. The magistrate thought I was straight. She goes, oh, but your girlfriend or whatever. Oh, that's right. They had it there. She goes, your partner Abigail. I'm like my girlfriend Abigail. I'm like, what? I don't know who. She goes, yes, you do. I'm like, I don't know Abigail Noyes. She goes, yes, you do. It's down here that this is your partner. You're in a domestic relationship. They've got it down in the court system. I was in a domestic relationship with Abigail Noyes, so I'd like to know what scam's going on. And I'm there going, I don't know Abigail Noyes from Barsoak. All I know of her is that she had a fight with her boyfriend, some Leif guy, had a fight with her boyfriend, came over and stayed with my ex-partner, Giovanni. She goes, well, I've got down here, you guys are in a domestic relationship. And I'm like, I don't care. I'm gay. I've always been gay. You've got down in the court system, I'm in a domestic relationship. What scam's going on? What are they scamming? They don't even know the person. And it went on like this, and I'm keep getting told, stop arguing back. I'm like, fucking arguing back? Are you kidding me? So here I am down as being a straight man in a domestic relationship with somebody I don't know. That's now in the court system? This is insane. So I want to go like this, like when she kept wanting to give her opinion, I was ready to go my wallet out and go, just a minute, Your Honour, excuse me, no extra cash, so your opinion didn't make me any more money, doesn't count. Like, fuck off. So sick and tired of this bullshit. Like, seriously, that's what I wanted to do. It's like, just a minute. Sorry, you had something to say, did you, you lesbian bitch? Sorry, with your little fucking purple bullshit? You had something to say? Let me see. That didn't make me any extra money, so your fucking opinion doesn't count. Fuck off. I was furious. I'm there going, I've been a openly gay man, and I was out gay back in 1992. I just came, like, even my mother was like, yeah. She was, I was so proud of you. You didn't care what people thought. You just came out that you were gay when you were a little kid. And it wasn't pushed onto me. No one told me I was gay. Like, no one said this. It was something, you know if you're gay or not. Like, I was like, I don't have personality disorder. I don't have to hide who I am. I don't want to be someone that hides. I'm just always open front. I'm like, no, I'm gay. No, he hasn't got a girlfriend. It's like, no, I'm gay. Simple that. Simple. So I always knew and came out, never hit it. And so then in the court there with this lady going, you're in a domestic relationship. I'm like, a domestic relationship? I don't know this person. I don't know Abigail Noyce from a bar of soap. I have no idea who she is except the fact that she had a fight with her boyfriend and she knows my ex-partner and came over and stayed. I said, so whatever scam's going on, I'm being dragged into so many fraudulent scams over the years. My name is on every fraud, from me being someone that people have claimed money because they were caring for me or cleaning my place or doing things for me. Do I look like an invalid? I'm going back since 2000. I'm on everyone's scare. Like, I'm there going, and then, but the problem is, it's coming back onto me. So the damage is coming back to me, where people are like, oh, he's not an invalid. I'm like, never said I was. So people are claiming money, saying they're doing things for me they never did. And I'm like, but there's nothing to do. Even my doctor sat down and goes, well, you must have signed something. I'm like, no, I fucking didn't. Mate, no one's going to put this on me. I've never signed anything to say any of this. So, and you can look up everything I've said in the last 9 years, because since 2015, when I found out that this was happening, I've been the only person speaking up saying, but this is a lie. Can someone listen to me? Because I have no idea what's going on. Except that somewhere, someone's seen the fact that I've had an injury in the past that I've maintained, and they've then jumped onto a system and started claiming, saying they were doing things for me they didn't do. So there's all these, scams where people have claimed that they're doing something for me they haven't done. I wouldn't be surprised if my mum's sister was done that, Miriam Mahowski, because I'll tell you right now what I said. I'll leave it there because I'm not going to keep going on. But what I actually said years ago, Miriam Mahowski did that. So, well, she said it. I don't know if she went ahead with it. Nan, she puts her mother into a nursing home, Nan, because they wanted to go and rent my Nan's house out. Oh, they couldn't wait to rush her off into a nursing home. And the only way that they could hang on to the house without selling it for the nursing home, of course, to pay for the nursing home and so forth, was they had to say that a family member was living in it, or someone that needed, that didn't have anywhere to live. You got a family member that's homeless and needs to live there, they can't kick him out. So Marianne goes, we'll just say it's Justin. So there's probably and she works for a legal firm, so there's probably so many letters since 2013 where there's bullshit scams going on, where again I'm the one that's being used for their scams and they're making money from it. I'm telling you now, because I've already seen so much fraud. I'm there going, but it's not true. Oh, even then my doctor said, did you ring Centrelink and tell them? I said, yeah, but privacy laws, they can't disclose any information. I'm like, but I'm telling you that this is what's happening. And I've been doing it for years. I've ring Centrelink frigging back in 2017, 2016, and said, so there's information that someone's getting paid to be a carer for me, and I've never needed a carer. So it is. I'm gonna leave it there because that's now 10 minutes past my bedtime. But look, I've done it. I put it all on YouTube and said that it's all a bullshit lie. Nothing I've said's a lie. Everything I've said, I've backed up. Everything I said's the truth. But everything else that's being said, where people have just jumped on this and tried to use it, Stephanie DeSarlis will be one of them. This stalker from social media. She's just someone that stalked me online and apparently moved from Melbourne to Sydney and showed up at my place. So, a lot of people, there's a massive stalk, stalking, looking at what happened, to me when it comes to, I had an injury and whatever, and then trying to use that for someone's own personal benefit. Again, I'm going to leave it there. I've already said enough of this, but I'll put it across every social media platform there is. So if it ever does, because it will turn around, because I won't stop fighting to have the whole thing investigated, and my workers' comp reopen as well. And when it comes to a thing, it'd be like, if anyone turns around to me and says, oh, well, Justin did, or Justin this, and it's like, not Justin. Because Justin didn't do anything except get mugged after work. No one asked Justin anything. And in actual fact, even like yesterday, it's like, here's the same thing. So the same issues again, where I've turned and said continuously, you're stopping me returning to work. You're stopping me returning to work in my career. You want me to go and do what you want me to do. And I'm like, no. My career is this career path and I'm fine to return to it. You're the one making up stories and saying, no, you can't. But I'm turning around for years and saying, yes, I can. So then I went to America and I'm like, well, there I am. I'm still working in the same career path that I enjoy. No issues, except for the fact that you want to create issues so you can get all this government funded money with your mental health stuff. And that's all it is. Like, the Australian government has to stop throwing money at mental health. How many more scams? Like this, it stopped me going to work. The scam. There was no trauma. That's the other thing. I had more people going, oh, because they want to do this whole trauma thing. Oh, he's traumatized to go to Tamworth. That makes no sense at all, which is why I kept telling my mum, can you tell the truth? It was probably my mum doing it. I was like, that makes no sense, but you don't go there. I'm like, well, why do I have to go there? Because my mother moved there with her second husband. Oh, you're traumatized because you moved there with her second husband. It's like, why would I be traumatized? It doesn't make sense. How am I traumatized? I enjoyed going to school there. I just don't really like nature. I wasn't brought up in an area like that. From Sydney, spent most of my life in the city. So why am I traumatized? Because it really doesn't make sense to say that I was traumatized. I was only there 6 years. Because what you don't do is you say that he's traumatized by the suburbs of Sydney, because I actually lived in the suburbs of Sydney longer than 6 years. So why don't you turn around and say, he doesn't spend any time in Parramatta or Blacktown, he's traumatized. Or why don't you turn around and say he doesn't spend any time on the Central Coast, he's traumatized. That actually makes more sense considering I spend longer periods of time in those areas than I ever have in Tamworth. Or why don't you go, oh, hardly ever spends time in Surrey Hills in Sydney anymore, because I lived in Surrey Hills in Sydney longer than I ever lived in Tamworth, so why don't you say that I'm traumatised for that? What you're doing is just trying to manipulate things for your own benefit and gain, pushing your own agenda and narrative by using a government loophole, which is fraud. And you've been doing it to my life for 9 years. And that's exactly what it is. I've put it up there and that's it. It's like, oh, he's traumatized. If you could do this and just remember again. It's like, remember what? Remember the fact that, my mother moved from Sydney with her second husband because she wanted the nature, and go where she lives. So we went up there. I went to school, but most times I was back home in Sydney. I used to go to work with my pop. It was PJ Family Boats then. PJ Boats or Family Boats for John Smales, just off Sunny Hop Road in Ford Street in Blacktown. I used to go to work every single school holiday with Pop there. So we're there every single school holiday except for October, most weekends. So I was back home in Sydney, didn't leave Sydney. I just spent the school in a different area. So why would you make up trauma? It's made up trauma. It's made up issues. It's saying someone's got PTSD when they don't. It's made up. It's a fraudulent scam in a loophole with the government, and wouldn't you know that, again, the government that causes these issues, like what happened with Kevin Rudd and Julia Gillard, are back in. Same things. As soon as that government always comes in, here you have. And then what happens is Liberal have to get back in and cut everything because this government just fucked up the country again. I don't know why people would ever vote Anthony Albanese in. You're fucking mad. You're insane. You're crazy. You need your head read. Why would you vote Anthony Albanese in? Why would you vote Labor in? It's the same in America. Why would you vote Democrats?